Mass of the earth is capital M. There is a satellite going around the earth's radius at a distance, going around the earth at a distance of smaller. Satellite is going with an orbital velocity of under root gm by r. Find if satellite is subjected to a resistance due to cosmic dust and the resistive force is directly proportional to v square. Find the time after which satellite falls on earth. The satellite going around the earth is subjected to a resistive force due to cosmic dust. The resistive force is directly proportional to v square. Find the time after which satellite falls on earth. Find the time after which satellite falls on earth. Will you try or should I discuss? Listen. Basically, if there is a resistive force, energy of the satellite will decrease. I am not using the word velocity, I am using energy. Why are you using the word energy? Because if I say velocity, I am speaking only about kinetic energy. I don't say only kinetic energy decreases. It should be net total energy. Net total energy, potential plus kinetic. Why are you telling me that? Because later on you will get it out. Orbital velocity is under root gm by r. If velocity decreases, r should decrease. So how will the satellite fall on the earth? Find the time after which satellite falls on the earth is the question. You will feel it doesn't fall on the earth. Wrong. What is the component that is pulling it out? Nothing. Gravity is pulling it in.
It's around 450 days.
Wait, I don't know the answer. Right? So there is no force outwards. Why are you telling me this? Total energy is minus G capital M small m by 2R. Right? If energy is decreasing, technically R should increase without the negative sign. But with the negative sign R will decrease. That means the satellite will slowly spiral this way and finally it will fall on Earth. Because the energy of the system is decreasing. Then how do you do the calculation? You told me F is directly proportional to k square. F is equal to minus k v square. F will be mass into dV by dt minus k v square. dV by v square minus k by m dt. At time t equal to 0, the velocity was under root gm by small r. Time t equal to t, velocity is under root gm by capital R. It should fall on the earth. Earth radius is capital R. It was initially at a distance of small r from the center. Now can I integrate this? Will I get the time? All of you? Yes. I have to carry the negative sign because it is a resistive force. Decelerating speed. Right?
Find the total distance start by the satellite before it
Then velocity which I get from here, then I have to write it as ds by dt. Then I will not substitute the limits. I will find out velocity as a function of time. Very from here to V. Once I get velocity as a function of time, velocity I will write as dr by dt or ds by dt. That dt I will have to integrate on I will get ds distance.
Sir, what will be the value of k?
Come again?
What will be the value of k?
Some constant k. He gave proportionality, right? So it will remain. You will get the answer in the ds by dt will be velocity. ds by ds is equal to v.
Sir, your final velocity is greater than initial velocity.
The negative sign on the right hand side will take care of it in the calculation.
But throughout the motion there is resistive force and how can velocity increase?
Resistive force decreases energy, not velocity. Velocity is being provided by the gravitational force of Earth. As it is coming closer, speed will increase.
Okay, sir.
Resistive force decreases the energy. Homework for you. What about the sequence code?
Sir, 23rd. Sir, 10. Sir, 7. Sir, वो लोग नहीं है 32.
अब 1 to pending बोल दो ना यार. Give me one second.
27.
Four. Now people sitting here will maintain absolute silence. I will not repeat this again. Right? Fourth question. What height above the Earth's surface does the acceleration due to gravity fall to 1% of its value? 1% of its value.
16 and 19%.
R by R plus H whole square.
Question number 39. Sir, in last question time comes up to the negative.
negative in the last question.
Then put a mod to that. Time will not be negative. Right? Now listen. D dash is G into R by R plus H whole square. Acceleration due to gravity falls to 1% of its value. That means 1 by 100 G is G into R by R plus H whole square. Right? That is question number 4. Question number 5.
question from what I feel. The G equals to GM by R square, the new G will be 1/100 of this, which will be I to this as X square. The I
क्वेश्चन पढ़ा है आपने? क्या है क्वेश्चन?
at what height above the Earth's surface does the acceleration?
At a height above the Earth's surface, what is the formula?
Formula R plus R. But if I don't stretch my axis here,
तो कैसा कर सकते हो? GM by R square is the formula on the surface of Earth, not at a height. 5. If you have a mass here and mass here, center of mass will lie at the center. But where will center of gravity lie? On this, the gravitational force is 0. Here, center of gravity will lie on that mass because this gravitational force is 0. So this will be the distance between center of gravity and center of mass. 5, 7, you are cutting out a sphere. This distance is given as r. This distance is given as 3r. This distance is r by 2. Right? Let me assume the total mass to be capital M. Field is E1 G capital M by 3r whole square. What will field in that second case be when you have removed this particular mass? G capital M by 3r whole square minus G M dash. M dash is the mass of this. M dash by this distance will be 3r minus r by 2. This will be 5r by 2 whole square. E2 will be total mass of field here minus the field because of this sphere removed. Now he wants the ratio of these two. Substitute M dash properly. M dash is the mass of the removed part. Right? 7, 8. Mass and diameter of a planet are twice that of Earth. What will be the period of oscillation of the pendulum on this? See, G is Gm by r square. Mass and diameter of a planet are twice that of Earth. Mass and diameter of the planet are twice that of Earth. G dash, this is 2m, 2r whole square. This will become G by 2. Now in this case time period is 2 pi under root L by G. T dash will be time period under root L by G dash. Remember T is 2 seconds. Seconds pendulum ka time period is 2 seconds. 9. Field here is capital M. This is capital M. Right? Gravitational field and potential both are 0 at the center of the shell. No. Center of the shell field is 0 because of the shell. Not because of this. This will give me non-zero value here. Right? Gravitational field is 0 not only inside the shell but a point outside the shell also. Need not be. Not only inside the shell statement itself gives you wrong. Inside the shell gravitational field alone is 0. No. Neither gravitational field nor potential is 0 inside the shell is right. That is 9, 10, 10. Each on a circle. They are going about in a circle like this. Have 3 masses. This force of attraction F1. This force of attraction F2. These both towards the center. Theta and theta. 2F cos theta provides the centripetal force m omega square r or mv square by r. Instead of 3 masses, let's see, we may 4 masses are given. The same logic. These forces of attraction should provide the required centripetal force. I need the board. Among the four, tell me your doubt. Among the four options.
Sir, I thought that the answer was C, but the answer is D and I got a
What is C?
Inside the shell, gravitational field alone is zero.
Gravitational field is zero because of the shell.
Yes.
This mass will give me non-zero value inside.
Oh,
Inside a shell, the field is zero because of the shell. The external mass will give me non-zero value. Your face is new to me. Regular to the class. Can I rub the board? No, you sit in the second bench if not. Eleven. How much deep inside the earth should a man go so that his weight becomes 1/4 of that of the point at a height of r above the surface of earth? 1/4 of that at a point which is at height of r above the surface of earth. Above the surface of earth, if this is r, g will be gm by 2r whole square. Where should I go such that weight becomes 1/4? So when I go deep into the earth's surface, g into 1 minus h by r should be 1/4 of gm by 2r whole square. Find height for which the g value will become 1/4 of the g at a height of r above the earth's surface. Substitute gm as small g r square. You get the value of height h. 11, 13, 13. Have a look at this. You are leaving a mass of small m here. This is capital M. This is radius r. Find the velocity of small m when it crosses through the center. Find out delta v into small m will be half small m v square. Loss in potential energy should be equal to gain in kinetic energy. Delta v, potential here and here. This value is taken as r. What is the potential at the center? V final minus V initial into m should be equal to half m V square. V final minus G capital M by R is the potential at the center. Minus of minus G capital M by under root R square plus x square should be equal to V square by 2. This is the potential final at the center. This is the potential initial. Right? V will be root over of this particular quantity. That was 13, 14. Spherical uniform planet rotating about its axis. The velocity of a point at the equator is v. Due to rotation of planet about its axis, acceleration due to gravity at equator is half of the gravity at the poles. Right? Rotation due to Earth. If I take g here, g phi is g minus r omega square cos square lambda. So g phi will be g by 2 r omega square. G phi is becoming half the value that at the poles. So will I get the value of omega? Right? R omega square will be equal to g by 2. Implies omega square is g by 2r. Why do you need omega square? Now your requirement is escape velocity on the planet in terms of v. Escape velocity will be under root 2gr. This will be under root 2 gm by r square into r. You want the value of gm. You get it from here. How do I get the value of gm? Gm.
GR square.
Have a look at it. Small g r square. Now once I get omega from this, you want the escape velocity of a particle on the planet in terms of v. Velocity of the point on its equator is v. Bring this omega in terms of v. V is equal to at the equator r omega. Substituting this omega, will I get v? Once I know v in terms of this, can I get the escape velocity? That is 14.
So here it is not mentioned that the axis is at an angle, but if they have mentioned it is at an angle of
What?
the axis.
That axis creates climates, that's what. Axis will create climates. Equator poles are always perpendicular lines. However, they 16. Two planets A and B have the same material density. If the radius of A is twice that of B, then the ratio of the escape velocity is, see, they have the same material density. G is 4 by 3 pi rho gr. Same material density, radius of A is twice that of G of A is 4 by 3 pi rho g 2r. Radius of B 4 by 3 pi rho g r. Now escape velocity of A under root 2 GA under root 2 GA into 2R. Escape velocity of B under root 2 GB into R. Divide both, substitute GA, GB here and divide both. Right? Artificial satellite of the earth releases a package that will also become a satellite. Any body released from the satellite will have the same velocity as the satellite. A nut or a bolt released from a satellite will also become a satellite. It will keep going around the earth. 19. Magnitude of potential energy per unit mass of the object at the surface of the earth is E. And the escape velocity of the object is magnitude of potential energy per unit mass of the object. Potential energy U is minus G capital M small m by R. You are taking magnitude per unit mass will be Gm by R. That is potential. On the surface of earth you are taking this as E. And the escape velocity of the object is escape velocity, bring it in terms of potential. What will escape velocity be? Half mv square plus potential energy should be equal to 0. Substitute the potential energy here. M into E, M into E, and get the value of V.
So 17 in the 17th question, when you release a package on satellite, why in this question it's going to be
There is resistive force due to cosmic dust. In the other situations, you are not taking resistive force due to cosmic dust. Can I rub the board? Are you not getting something wrong? Almost every problem I am getting. 21.
So, could you solve the 20th question?
20th में option suppose a smooth tunnel is dug along a straight line joining 2 points on the surface of Earth and the particle is dropped from rest at its end. Assume that the mass of Earth is uniformly distributed over the volume. Acceleration of the particle will be proportional to its distance from the midpoint of the tunnel. Obviously, इसमें यार किया हुआ है class में. You dropped a body. This distance is x. Didn't I prove acceleration directly proportional to x on the particle performing SHM? Yes or no?
Sir, I have it after ABC also.
The particle will emerge from the other side with a velocity this when through points on the surface. You are dropping a body here. Why will it emerge with a velocity? It will come to the same velocity here. Conservation of energy. Particle will come to rest at the center of the tunnel. No, it is performing SHM. Velocity will be maximum. Potential energy of the particle will be equal to 0 at the center of the tunnel. It is SHM no yaar. Potential energy at the center need not be 0. It will be minimum. Potential energy is a reference line. 21. Hollow spherical shell is compressed to half its radius. Potential at the center. Potential at the center of the shell will be minus Gm by R. Keeping the mass same, you are compressing the radius. Don't tell me potential increases. Take the negative sign into consideration. 21. 22. 22 is a straight head. Here you have mass 3m, you have m, you have 2m. Then you are making this as 2m, m and 3m. Potential initial minus g 3m into m divided by a minus g m into 2m divided by a minus g 3m into 2m divided by a root 2 u final minus j m into 2m divided by a minus g m into 3m divided by a minus g m into 2m into 3m divided by a. Right? U initial, U final. Difference will be work done. Right? 23. Two satellites, circular orbit, opposite direction, inelastic collision. We explained this. If two satellites collide, their energy will decrease. Their energy decreases. It goes in an orbit like this. Have we explained this? 24. The particle is dropped on Earth from height r, radius of Earth, and it bounces back to height r by 2. Coefficient of restitution for collision is r by 2 and r. You are dropping a particle from a height of r. It bounces back to a height of r by 2. You are dropping it from a height of r. You will get initial velocity u, final velocity e. V by u will be the coefficient of restitution. Assuming Earth doesn't move appreciably. Very technically, what should I do? I should find out even the velocity of Earth. Earth is moving with a velocity of how much? Relative velocity of separation upon relative velocity of approach. Right? What did you do for this?
I did that to method answers root under 1 by 2.
What did you do?
E is equal to V by U, so V equals equals to 2g r by 2 upon root under.
V, how much did you take?
2g r by 2 root under.
Why? Huh? First of all, why did you take this velocity? I'm asking. Give me a reason. You can conserve energy. Right? Can I conserve energy? I know initial energy, final energy. Please find out you. Initial energy, kinetic energy will be 0. Minus G capital M small m by 2r. Minus G capital M small m by r. Plus half m u square. I will get the first velocity. Now find out V. How will I find out V? Half m v square minus g capital M small m by r is equal to, it goes to a height 0, minus g capital M small m by 3r by 2. What have I done here? I conserved the energy initially on the surface of Earth and at a height of r by 2. It goes to a height of r by 2. Now I will get v from here, I will get u from here. Coefficient of restitution is the logic clear? Two satellites, circular orbit, radius r and 2r. If the orbital velocity of s1 is omega, that of s2 is g capital M small m by r square m omega square r. G capital M small m by 2r whole square m omega dash square 2r. Divide both the equations. Very unfair doubt. I don't know how this can be a doubt at this stage in gravitation. Gravity provides the required centripetal force. The radii changes, they are asking you what is the ratio of omega dash.
So,
Huh?
I applied for
Sir, 27.
1 second.
is T square proportional to R cube applicable for this?
It is, but they didn't ask T no yaar. They asked omega.
And then I applied T is equal to 2 pi by omega and found the relation between R and omega.
100% you'll get the answer even from this.
I got omega from T.
What is the answer?
Yeah, that's the answer.
Why did you ask me that?
I'm asking you the method is right.
You can comfortably use the formula T square directly proportional to R cube as well. Now see, this is lack of confidence. With this confidence you attempt a paper, you will always look at the question with doubt and you will feel I will not be able to solve. Yeah, sahi hai. You have done the right thing. You are not sure of it. So in the examination hall, while answering it, you will have a lot of element of doubt. After coming out you think, I should have answered it. Fear of the negative mark will not let you answer it. Well, you have done the right thing. T square directly proportional to R cube is derived from what? It is derived from this one. So why will it not work? It will 100% work. 27. When a satellite moves around the Earth in a circular orbit, quantities which remain constant. Satellite is going in a circular orbit. Angular velocity will remain constant. Kinetic energy will remain constant. Aerial velocity will remain constant. What did he ask? A multiple choice option hai kya? Satellite moves around the Earth in a, sorry, I read it as circular orbit. It is certain orbit. I read it as circular orbit. One second. Hello. Hello. 27. I read the question as circular orbit. It is certain orbit. Certain orbit could be elliptical. Elliptical means angular velocity will not remain constant. Speed also will not remain constant. I know this is the closest, this is the farthest distance of approach. Right? So it is not circular, it is certain orbit. Aerial velocity will remain constant. Kepler's second law. Potential energy will not remain constant because R is changing. Fair enough? Twenty-ninth is a genuine question. Have a look. 5m is split into m and 4m. M is going back with an orbital velocity v0 because m will remain in the circle. Conserve momentum in the horizontal direction. 5m was going with a velocity v0. M will go with a velocity minus v0. Can you calculate the velocity of 4m? M will go 5v0 plus v0 by 4 is v dash. V dash is 3v0 by 2. 1.5 v0 greater than root 2 times v0. What is your fancy for root 2 v0? That is the escape velocity. That means 4m will acquire a velocity greater than escape velocity. It will go in an unbound orbit. There is nothing called partially bound orbit which is given in one of the options. Right?
So, I used some other logic for this question for which I want the C option, the partially bound.
Speak
The logic that I used
louder so that others can hear.
since they have told that when the particle splits into two masses, the lighter mass moves in same orbit, which means it has the same orbital velocity.
Right?
And according to COM, we can find out that the velocity of the heavier particle is less than that of the smaller particle. So,
How do you do that? Now you have told that 5m is going with a velocity v now. Now m is going in a velocity.
V0.
You want to take this as positive velocity v naught. Now what is the other procedure that you have done in it? You also did conservation of momentum only. What was the mistake? You have taken this in the same direction. One of the mass m and the other mass 4m. After explosion, the mass m ends up traveling in the same circular orbit. Do you think? Hello. Good morning. One second, I will call me at 2, are you free? No, listen. It will not go in the same direction. Small m will have to go in backward direction because the other mass is 4m. Right? Small m will not continue in the same direction. This is what you calculated v dash. Then you will get a negative sign. कोई disconnect हो गया यार. Right? This was 29. Thirty. 30th. dA by dt is L by 2m. L is 2m A by t. 32. Shh. Did I cover binary star system for you? Yeah. Listen. Binary star system. 32nd question is based on it. Have a look. Two stars will never remain at rest and remain in equilibrium. They'll start accelerating towards each other because of gravity. If you want the stars to be at the same distance, they should be going about in a circular track. Who will provide the centripetal force, the force of gravity between the two? Now, how do the two stars go about in a circular orbit? This is M1, this is M2, this is R1, this is R. Right? M1 and M2 both will provide the required centripetal force using the gravity between them. So technically R is equal to R1 plus second M1 R1 should be equal to M2R. You have conserved the position of center of mass. So if M1 comes here, M2 should come here. If M1 comes here, M2 should come over here. M1 and M2. So that angular velocity of both will be the same. Another way of proving this is G M1 M2 by R square will provide the required centripetal force. M1 omega square R1, M2 omega square. This will be M1 R1 is equal to M2 R2. Omega is the same because the angular displacements are the same. So this either I can justify using center of mass or I can justify using force of gravity. Now, way back JEE people asked you to calculate the angular momentum here. What is angular momentum? M1 R1 square omega, M2 R2 square omega, M1 R1 square I omega. Right? R1 and R2, I will use the first equation and the second equation to calculate them. First equation R is M2 R2 by M1 plus R2. See if you are convinced. R1 is M2 R2 by M1. Right? This is R2. M2 plus M1 by M1. So R2 is M1 by M1 plus M2 into R. R1 M2 by M1 plus M2 into R. Once I get R2, I can make a guess what R1 is. Substituting here M1 R1 square M2 square R square by M1 plus M2 whole square omega. M2 R2 square M1 square R square by M1 plus M2 whole square omega. This will be M1 M2 by M1 plus M2 R square omega. Can you recognize M1 M2 upon M1 plus M2? Mu R square omega. JEE people already asked this question. So what else do you think they would ask on it? They may ask for kinetic energy half I1 omega square half I2 omega square. Half I1 is M1 R1 square omega, I2 is M2 R2 square omega square. Yes or no? Can I substitute R1 and R2 from here? Say something. Yes. And you will be amused to see the answer. Substitute, tell me what you are getting. 30-second question. They asked you to calculate omega from here. Now you will be able to do 30 seconds. Take it down, calculate omega, tell me what is the value you are getting. I am waiting for you people. Half mu r square omega square. People who didn't do the simplification, raise your hands and get them chopped off. When I get up, you will not have time to remember. You don't praise your lecturer. You seriously trick me. Classmates are already smiling. They are waiting for the class. इतना अच्छा मौका बार बार नहीं मिलेगा. Can I rub the board?
Yes, sir.
Exercise 2.
So question number 7, C option.
Now, third question. Center of curvature of a hemispherical bowl. Have a look. Hemispherical bowl ka you can even derive it using a ring. But I would not prefer. Have a look at it. If I were to derive it using a ring, have a look at this. This will be theta. Radius of the ring is r sin theta. The value of x will be r cos theta. Potential here will be minus g dm by root over of r square plus x square. R is r sin theta. X is r cos theta. dm if I substitute and integrate, I'll get the answer. I can tell you the answer without doing the simplification. How? If you consider a hemispherical bowl and consider a small mass, every small element on the hemispherical bowl is at the same distance r from the center. So potential dV, every small element is at the same distance. dV will be g dm by capital R, v will be minus gm by r. You will get the same answer on doing this. Hemispherical bowl में you take a small mass, every small element of mass that you consider is at the same distance of r from the center. The second part of it, when you are taking a uniform wire, semicircular, when you are folding this wire on this side, have a look at it. Here potential is minus gm by r because every small element is at the same distance. When I place this side, the wire will become like this. This m and this m again will give me the same answer. They are at the same distance. I am folding this wire onto this side. So this wire will come over this. Every small element is at the same distance from R. Potential will be the same. Right? 6. Earth's satellite is moving from one stable circular orbit to another larger and stable circular orbit. Following quantities increase for the satellite as a result of this change. Gravitational potential energy minus capital M small m by r. R is increasing. This quantity will decrease, but with the negative sign it will increase. Angular velocity g capital M small m by r square, m omega square r. Omega will be under root gm by r cube. Right? Angular velocity. Third, linear orbital velocity. Once I know v is equal to r omega. Centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration is gm by r square. Right? Centripetal acceleration Gm by r square. Now you know what increases, what decreases, or what will remain constant. And he is asking all quantities increase for the satellite as a result of this change. Quantities increase, not decrease. It is moving from R2 to R. This is for the A bed, this is for the B bed, C bed, D. Three का part C. In part A, the same wire is non-uniform. How different is that, yaar? They all masses are at the same distance from R.
So but they're all of them.
So integral dm is how much? To take a small element, integral dm. I have more mass here, lesser mass here, lesser mass here. Till when the total mass is the same, potential will be the same.
So fifth question.
Fifth question. A communication satellite is geostationary, so it will go in the direction of Earth's rotation and it will be above the equatorial plane. Communication satellite should be above the country, only then you will be able to use it.
But the direction of rotation should not matter, right? It will be the same if it goes from east to west.
7. Satellite of same mass of a planet in circular orbit. The radius of the first is x. 7th question. P square directly proportional to r cube. Divide both. 32 days. 32 square is directly proportional to x cube. 256 whole square directly proportional to nx whole cube. Divide both.
So C option, not this option.
7. Total mechanical energy of the second is greater than that of the first. Once you know the radius, total mechanical energy minus G, capital M, small m by 2r. We have used this formula n number of times by now. You are supposed to know that you should take the negative sign also into consideration. Question number 8. Two satellites S1 and S2 of equal masses revolve in the same sense around a heavy planet in coplanar circular orbit of radius r into r. What can be the doubt here? T square directly proportional to r cube is like
Very easy.
8th one, ratio of the period of revolution. If you give me t, I'll give you omega 2 pi by t. Tomorrow's class I'll be taking exercise 3 and 4. In exercise 3 there is a paragraph based on binary star system which I covered today. So please attempt it again, you will be able to do it. HCV as well. Tomorrow carry even HCV with you.
Sir, HCV will discuss gravitation or SHM?
Gravity.
Sir, question 10C.
Question 10. If a satellite orbits as close to the Earth's surface as possible, total energy of the satellite plus Earth system is minimum negative sign minus G capital M small m by r. R is lesser, so it will appear the total quantity is larger. It's not, because of the negative sign it will be minimum minus G capital M small m by 2r is the total mechanical energy. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Sir, SHM exercise 5 discussion is lecture. Whether we do the IIT
बस मैं exercise 5 नहीं हुआ.
SHM.
Tomorrow carry the exercise 5. Tomorrow exercise 5 of SHM का booklet का exercise 5 SHM doubts also to be carried. We'll finish off them.
Sir, we'll do gravitation tomorrow. Next time we'll do SSM.
सब बोल रहे
What you want? सब कुछ तुम ही बोलोगे यार. पहले SHM एक्सरसाइज 5 बोलोगे, मैं बोलूँगा ले आओ. नहीं सर नेक्स्ट क्लास करेंगे. क्या चाहते हो आप? Carry, don't keep it pending. Tomorrow we'll finish it off. Exercise 4. 4 हो गया. Exercise 5 और previous JEE questions में यार हर source पे मिलेगा आपको. See the sources, you'll have the solutions available. If you are yet left with doubt, come and see me in the breaks. Exercise 5 are old JEE questions. Please refer to any of the possible sources available. You will get the solutions. Now listen. Whatever was mass in gravitation is charge in electrostatics. The only difference is I will have a positive and a negative charge in electrostatics. In mass, I have only one mass, no positive and negative mass. So the minimum amount of charge I can give to a body 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Minimum amount of charge I can give, positive or negative. If I am giving this positive charge, implies I am removing an electron. If I am giving this negative charge, implies I am giving an electron. How do you give positive charge to a body? By removing an electron. Right? Force between them, Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law tells us force is directly proportional to the product of the charges, inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. The proportionality constant turned out to be K is 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton meter square by, right? Now K will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Epsilon naught is absolute permittivity or permittivity of free space. Epsilon naught, permittivity of free space. Epsilon naught 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12 in SI units. What will SI units be? Coulomb square by Newton meter square. Reciprocal of this, as K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, purely experimentally observed values. Right? Two very important points here. Like charges repel, unlike charges. Like charges repel, unlike charges. Is that clear? All of you?
Yes.
If ever you have a metallic sphere, rub a glass rod with fur, you get positive charge, bring it close to a metallic sphere, you will induce negative charges here and positive charges here. Now do the ground connection. You have negative charge here. Keep the glass rod and ground this side. One side ground the right hand side, the positive charge goes into the ground. We don't know, maybe negative charge came from the ground and nullified the positive charge. For us it means the same. Positive charge moving in this direction is as good as negative charge moving in opposite direction. So you can either interpret that as positive went into the ground or negative came from the ground and nullified this. Why didn't this negative charge go into the ground? Because this is held by this positive charge. Why didn't this negative charge go into the ground? It was held by this positive charge. This is called bound charge. Now when I remove the ground connection, remember to keep the glass rod yet. If I by chance remove the glass rod and I keep the ground connection yet, even this negative charge will go into the ground. So now after removing the ground connection, I will remove the glass rod. After removing the ground connection, I will remove the glass rod. Negative charge is uniformly distributed all throughout the metal sphere. Why should the negative charge get uniformly distributed? There will be mutual repulsion between the two charges. So it will repel, so it gets uniformly distributed. Understood the procedure? When you rub something, a plastic to anything, if you people have observed, when we take a new marker, open the plastic, while opening the plastic our hands will rub that. The plastic will stick to your hands for a few moments and then it will fall off. Why does it stick to your hand? Your body acquired positive charge by removing negative charge. The plastic acquired positive charge. Right? You are removing negative charge electron from the plastic that comes to your hand, and the plastic acquired positive charge. They are both attracting each other. Few seconds from then the charge gets ionized and hence they will repel. The famous experiment which is told in your schools, you take a comb and comb your hair, bring that comb close to small bits of paper, it will attract the paper. Why? When you are combing your hair, you are removing electrons from plastic, so that acquires positive charge. In a paper it will induce negative and positive, so it attracts the negative charge close by. Right? I don't know if you people have seen this program by Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean का program कभी देखते हो आप लोग या सिर्फ डोरेमोन देखते हो? In one of the episodes of Mr. Bean, I saw this long back, but it is quite a few times repeated. He goes to a big mall and he tries to touch the Van de Graaff generator. What is a Van de Graaff generator will be taught to you at a later stage. It will have sufficient potential and charge. Now he has to do something funny and foolish. He'll go this side, he'll try to touch the Van de Graaff generator from outside. There is a well-built guy who will stop him. He'll say, climb on it and touch the Van de Graaff generator. Why should you climb? Both will be at the same potential. From ground, if I touch something at higher potential, current will pass through me. I should climb on to something which is of the same potential as the Van de Graaff and touch. There is no potential difference between my feet and the hand. There will be no current passing through me. But I will have excess charge on my body. Halliday Resnick Walker का textbook अगर देखेंगे, first page of this chapter electric charge, there will be a photograph of a girl whose hair is standing this way. Courtesy नीचे अगर पढ़ेंगे, this girl along with her friends went to an open space. She might have combed her hair for a photograph, and when she combed, the hair started standing. They were amused to take that photograph. She is happily smiling in that photograph. If you read the complete courtesy there written by Halliday Resnick Walker, not Crane, he says, few moments after they left that place, it was struck by lightning. Few moments after they left that place, it was struck by lightning. So when your hair is standing, implies there is excess charge around you. Run for your life. Right? These people were not aware of. They were happily clicking photos. They were just lucky that they avoided being hit by lightning. Now here when you stand on a Van de Graaff generator and hold, You are a living electroscope. There will be charge all over your body. Right. When will you get a shock? When current passes through your body, not over the surface. Over the surface, your hair will stand. Walk in front of the TV or this hair will stand. You people observe that very close to the TV, this hair on your skin will stand. You will feel this here if you are holding a Van de Graaff generator with higher potentials. Now, Mr. Bean in that program has to do something funny. That's the main characteristic of his character. He gets up, finally he decides, the well-built guy will stop him. He'll go back, he'll peep from this side. Kahin na kahin se he want to touch that spear, this guy will keep stopping him. Finally he comes over, he will stand on the stand and touch the Van de Graaff generator. He will feel very uncomfortable. He shows his feelings and expressions very well. Then the well-built guy's attention is diverted to a lady who asks him some query. Immediately Mr. Bean will jump and he will move away from there. And for him it is a victory. Now without he seeing, I could walk away. You should see his body language, expression, the winning scene on his face. And then he observes a paper sticks to his leg. If you people have seen this. Now he tries everything possible, funny and foolish to get the paper removed off his leg. First he will do this, then finally he will see a fat lady coming from that side. He will keep his leg this way so that the other part of the paper, the fat lady will stand. And then he will pull his leg and he will walk away. You should see the pride on his face. Then to his surprise he bends and see again the paper sticks to him. Why did the paper stick to him at the first place? Because now he has charge. You take a comb and comb your hair. It acquired positive charge. It attracts small bits of paper. Now this guy stood on a Van de Graaff generator. He has excess charge on the surface of his body. So a complete paper sticks to his leg. Everything possible funny to get rid of the paper is done by him, but he cannot. Finally he decides. He cannot sit on the floor on the mall and then peel the paper off. So finally he decides he'll take the support of the railing there to remove the paper. The moment he touches that and he searches for his leg, the paper is gone. Why? The moment he touched, all the charge got grounded. Now the paper leaves his leg on his own. Ironically, he was teaching a very important concept of electrostatics to the kids while watching this program. But none of the kids, to my knowledge, are ever worried here. While watching that, nobody will get it out. Why did the paper stick to him? There was no glue. But no kid will get this doubt. He is such a good actor that his expressions will keep the kids engaged and laughing. You get to see this at quite a few places. If you people sit in a plastic chair, ध्यान से सुनिए, plastic chair for long, keep rubbing your body to the plastic chair. Or maybe you are sitting in a car for a long drive. The car's seat covers are synthetic leather. You rub them to your body, you are generating charge. Now when you get down, just the moment you got down, if you shake hands with somebody, sometimes impulsively you will remove a hand, you will feel shock lag raha hai. Why will that happen? If you are wearing terry wool clothes, woolen garments, and you sit on a synthetic leather, you rub your hands, you rub your shirt or the woolen garment to this particular seat cover, there will be charge residing on your body. When you try to shake hands with somebody getting down the car, that person is standing on the ground since long. He is at a lower potential. You are at higher potential with charge on you. The charge goes from higher potential to low potential. Quite a few times when you are bringing your hand close by, impulsively you will remove your hand and say, "Arey, shock lag raha hai." Reason? There is excess charge on your body. Specifically seen with plastic, synthetic leather seat covers, so on and so forth. Basically, whole of the game is played by movement of electrons. You remove an electron, you are giving positive charge to the body. You give an electron, you are giving quick. At least Mr. Bean is million times better than Doraemon. डोरेमोन में ऊपर पंखा लगा के उड़ना हो जाता है, कुछ भी होता है, बड़ा अजीब मशीन्स निकालता है बीच बीच में वो. And the format is standard. Jian keeps bullying the other two. Doraemon will keep a gadget in which Nobita will get a chance to take vengeance, but he overdoes with something and he falls for a trap of those machines. And Doraemon is never tired of giving those machines. He will never learn, Nobita will never learn. Neither did we learn, we keep watching them. Now listen. How will I give two spheres charges? How will I give two spheres charges? Watch out for this. Keep both the spheres in contact. These are insulating stands. Bring a glass rod close to this. Now we will have induced negative here and positive here. Because you kept these both in contact. Positive attracts negative, repels positive. Now separate this. When you separate this, the positive charge is uniformly distributed. Now remove the glass rod. Now remove the glass rod. The negative charge gets uniformly distributed.
Sir, what if there is positive placed on both the ends?
Come again.
Positive charges placed on both the sides. Positive charges.
How will you get positive? This is negative, that is positive.
No,
You're saying that there are positive charge on the glass rod.
Before you get that. दोनों साइड से positive.
Here also positive, here also positive. Of same magnitude. Then this will also be negative. Both positive charges will come a bit close, but then it is more like bringing two positive charge close by. They'll keep repelling.
Yeah.
You will have to invest lot of energy to pull them closer. Now is the logic clear? You bought the glass rod here, it will induce negative, technically positive here, but you kept it connected, so positive will come till here. Separate the positive charge, the charge will get uniformly distributed. Remove the glass rod, both will require negative and positive. Think of a means in which you can give same charge to both the sides.
सर डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था, प्लीज रिपीट.
यहाँ से now here you bought a glass rod of positive charge close to this. You kept both of them connected. So positive charge goes to the other side. Negative charge is on this side. Keeping the positive charge here, separate this particular sphere. Positive charge will be uniformly distributed. Then remove this. Negative charge will be uniformly distributed. After taking this down, make arrangements to give both the spheres same charge, negative or positive. Think of it. After taking it down till here, make arrangements for both the spheres to get the same charge.
चलो फर्स्ट स्टेप के बाद वर्किंग लगा देंगे और फिर सब क्लास रॉड हटा के सेपरेट.
Make arrangements for both the spheres to get the same charge.
Permittivity of business.
Now listen, I will come to that in another 10-15 minutes, but that will come in the next class. What is permittivity? Epsilon naught we will also define something called epsilon r. I will do that in tomorrow's class because it will take me 10-15 minutes to come till there. Right? Now have a look at this. How will you give same charge to both the spheres?
पहले का इंटेंशन रखेंगे फिर क्लास नोट लाएंगे that's all.
Keep both of them this way. Bought a glass rod. Negative, positive, negative, positive.
No,
Not connected. Now first of all, ground this. What will happen? Positive has gone. You will have negative. Glass rod, positive. Right? Now once I have grounded, the positive charge goes into the ground. Separate this. The negative charge will be uniformly distributed. Then bring the ground connection for this. Right? And then separate them. Both will acquire negative charge. Clear?
सर लास्ट टाइम में ऐसा क्यों नहीं किया कि पहले से कैरेक्टर्स को कनेक्टेड रख के फिर और
Not an issue. Listen, the other procedure that is suggesting is keep these both connected. So these both positive and negative will merge. Now what do you do is ground this. Positive charge will go into the ground. Remove the ground and then remove this, keeping both connected. Negative charge is shared by both. Agreed? Listen to the second option. Connect both of them, or let me draw that. I don't have an issue. That's the other procedure. Connect them. Connect them. Touch them. What will be you left with? You will be left with this grounding will give you negative charge here and you have positive charge here. These both merged and the positive charge went into the ground. Now remove the ground connection first. Now remove the ground connection. You have negative charge here. Keep both in contact. Because if I remove the glass rod first, even this negative charge will go into the ground. Now remove the ground connection. Now remove this particular glass rod. Both of them will acquire equal negative charges. Then separate them. Both will have equal negative charges distributed. So then same time is the limiting condition. Neither one of them should be removed. See, if I remove this and this, all these charges will merge. These both merge, this negative and positive will merge. They will come back to their normal state called neutrals. Shh, quick! हाँ bring the negative charged body close to it. The reverse of this. Ebonite rod with sand. Listen. We define field. Something that we have done in gravity with a very small minor change. Here it will be force experience by a unit positive charge. Force experience by a unit positive charge. Gravity it was unit mass. In gravity it was always force of attraction. Here it need not be force of attraction, it could be force of repulsion as well. For example, field is force experienced per unit charge Newton per coulomb. In gravity, unit of field is Newton per kg. Here it is Newton per. If I have a positive charge here, field will be in this direction, kq by r square. If I have a negative charge here, field will be in this direction, kq by r square. Do you see the difference here? In gravitation I always had only this. In electrostatics I will have both. If I bring a unit positive charge here, it will be repelled by this. If I bring a unit positive charge here, it will be attracted by this. Like charges repel, unlike charges. थोड़ा ध्यान से सुनिए. Something that you learned in gravity, which we will use it without derivations. Potential. Potential is defined as work done in moving a unit positive charge from infinity to the point. Work done in moving unit positive charge from infinity to the point. In gravity it was in work done in moving a unit mass. Here it is unit charge. So if I have got capital Q here, potential is kq by r. चीटिंग कर रहे हो यार. ग्रेविटी में माइनस gm by r बोल रहे थे, या माइनस साइन छोड़ दिया आपने? In electrostatics, I will not carry the negative sign. Charge will take care of itself. What did you tell me in gravitation? Force of attraction, potential will be negative. When I bring a unit positive charge here, what force will exist between them? Repulsion. Repulsion is positive. So I will not carry a negative sign in electrostatics. If I have minus q here, what will be the potential? K minus q by r. Attraction. Unit positive charge here will have attraction. I am getting negative. What if I have got q1 here, q2 here? Potential energy K q1 q2 by r minus q1 and q2. Potential energy K minus q1 into q2 by r. What if it is minus q1 minus q2? Potential energy K minus q1 minus q2 by r. Right? If the charge has negative sign, you will carry the negative sign. You will not put a negative sign on your own. You can verify. Repulsion is positive. Attraction is negative. Now negative and negative will have repulsion. I carried negative for both. That becomes positive. That means both the negative charges are repelling each other. Are you clear with this? Something that we have done in gravitation with a small minor change. What is the minor change? Here your reference point is positive charge. Quick.